The fight is off. Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. will not be facing each other at the weekend. And Nigel Benn has been saying, you know, my son's not a drug cheat. We'll get to the bottom of this, but I know my son is clean.
And he's a clean athlete.
How do you know that, Nigel? How do you know that? Medical science would suggest otherwise. Are you telling me that Nigel Benn's son cheated medical science and faked a false drugs test?
Oh no.
And did Chris Sr. know something? A few weeks ago, Chris Eubank Sr. was trying to call this fight off, and he was saying, you know, it's not safe that my son drops this weight, and this is too much of a risk.
Now I don't believe that.
Did he know something that we didn't know at the time? Because this failed drugs test happened back in August. Maybe that was why Eubank Sr. was so desperate to pull his son out of the fight. I'm as gutted as anyone else. I was really looking forward to this fight. And I think that Conor had positioned himself as the good guy that everyone would have been rooting for, the underdog coming up in weight. He's got it all to do. And Eubank was saying that I'm going to beat him on 40%. Did those mind games push Conor Benn to feel that he needed a little extra 10%, 20% in the form of elevated testosterone from a female fertility drug? Maybe. It's a shame for the boxing fans. I'm almost old enough to remember the rivalry between Benn and Eubank Sr. I vaguely sort of remember it when I was very young. I would have been aware that they were the two top British super middleweights and they had their rivalry. My dad would have been more of a Benn fan than Eubank. He admired his sort of raw, rough and ready brawling style, and Eubank Sr. was more refined, more the pugilist, and he got the better of Benn in the first fight. And in the second fight, that was a draw, a lot of people think that maybe that should have gone Nigel Benn's way, and this was the big chance for Conor Benn to right that wrong and clear the family name and win for his dad. But now it's in doubt. It's been postponed. Will it ever happen? And if it does, who will you be rooting for? Will you be rooting for a drugs cheat? Or will you be rooting for Eubank Jr.?